just past midnight as you steam at the Hickory Hollow train station. The street lamps burn a dismal Tennessee. It's your first time in this sleepy town, but you aren't here for information. The town's illustrious Edward Stanton was found dead this morning, stabbed 10 times in the heart.
Good lord.
Your mission: catch his killer. The sheriff waits for you on the platform. Trust you've had a safe journey in, he asked.
Oh, hold on. I gotta do the. Okay.
You can. This one's a little bit more qualified, so you're not gonna bumble with it.
All right.
Yes, I did. Private investigator Lonnie Bike. At your service. Extends hand.
Glad you could make it. We need all the help we can get around here. I'm sure your agency informed you of the crime. It was a bloody murder, to say the least. Now, you have been working alone, or do you have an assistant with you?
No, just me. I will say, Sheriff. Jacket.
It's jacket.
I will. No protection. Protection. During case.
Sheriff's face pales. Very well. But just one more question then. Do you carry your sidearm for self-defense, or with the intention of exacting your own justice if you find the killer?
A bit of both.
Very well. I'd keep the exacting justice part under wraps, though. It's the kind of line people tend to remember you for. Sheriff turns, indicating you to follow him through the town. As you do, he continues. Now, the victim was Edward Stanton, the richest man in this town. He ran the local mill here, and did some other businesses on the side that was less than legal. He had a lot of enemies, as you soon see at the manor.
Nobody's truly kind, Sheriff.
The sheriff laughs. You got that right, Lonnie. You'll fit in just fine around here. There may not be much more out here, but we can at least respect honestly. You can.
As the pair of you walk towards the manor, thick fog rolls. After a few minutes, you find yourself at what appears to be a country estate. The sheriff leads inside and stands surrounded. May I see body? Hold on, I'm thinking.
Hold on, give me a second. The sheriff. Okay, no, you can.
White cloth, covering the knife. There are 10 wounds from what seemed to be a knife, each of them right through it. The smoke was clearly still a fresh coat.
Well, what do you think, Lonnie? This looks more like an overkill than a crime of passion to me, notes the sheriff.
Man just stabs. Kate. What? If you were to ask me.
But enough for someone to go as far as to stab him through the heart a full 10 times? That is just what I cannot figure out. It seems like they were trying to send a message, or scare him. Notes the sheriff as the coroner begins cleaning off the body.
A moment later, Stanton's eyes are still wide open. His mouth is agape. Fear on his face, even in death. Men like these find many men such to mingle with perhaps fair. Any relatives we... I'm not talking to a horse this time.
Yay. As far as relatives, I only know of his daughter, Mary. I interviewed her earlier today, but she doesn't strike me as the murderer type. The sheriff looks around the room. Now, do me a favor, Lonnie. Don't mention to her that the wounds suggest he was sleeping with someone. She's having a tough time, as it is.
Oh, I am not here for gossip, sir. No, indeed.
Sheriff nods again at the coroner finishes the autopsy. I hear you, Lonnie. Now, follow me into the study.
Follow the sheriff out of the library into a small hallway, which ends in a door with a small sign that reads, "The Honorable Edward Stanton." The sheriff turns to you.
This is it, Lonnie, Edward's room. He was found in the chair in here. The wounds on his body. Now, you can have a look around.
May I have... Can I have...
May I have the room? Sheriff nods. Go right ahead, Lonnie. I'll be here right outside if you need me.
Study status card.
Yay! Yay! Whoopee!
Time to... investigate.
Hashtag.
Time to investigate. We should also try a lawyer thing. That'd be...
You enter the study to see a large, well-worn room. There's a large writing desk in the corner of the room, and a fireplace on the opposite side. The wall across from the door is covered with bookcases, which appear to be filled with most old religious texts and family records. There are a couple of photographs for Stanton on the desk, with Mary in one of them. You have discovered 4 items of interest in the room. 1, a Bible, dated sometime in the 1800s. 2, a leather-bound book of letters and lock. One second.
I'm looking around.
3, a silver knife with a dark red liquid still on the blade. And 4, a family tree of Stantons, with Mary and her mother crossed out. It appears that these items may be clues to the identity of the killer.
So this might be a maiden.
Ooh.
Friends. Or associates. Maybe. We should have said mistress. Maiden is just a woman.
You think back, the only people with the motives to kill Stanton that you know that you have encountered so far are Mary, his daughter, and the sheriff, who never seemed to get along with the victim, and the coroner, who has worked for the Stanton's family for years.
It's weird.
No one else seems to have the motive, and no one else seems to have any connection to the clues either. Suddenly, the door of the study opens, and the sheriff returns. Find anything important, Lonnie?
Still working, haha. This may be a... well, I suggest we head... I shall sleep here.
Very well.
We did it.
You enter the door, closed behind by the sheriff as he exits the room. As you look back to the desk, you find a key tucked into the spine of the book, which you have assumed may have opened the book of letters. You pick it up and open the desk. Inside, there's an ink bottle and an old quill pen, which the sheriff never thought to look for, but relevant to the task is the map drawn in ink with a location marked Black Brook. Interesting.
Read his journal.
You quickly flip through the pages of the journal, noticing that the handwriting is almost illegible to you, handwriting is almost illegible to you. Still, you do find an entry dated the day before the murder reads, spoke to Mary today. She seems so different now when her mother passed. It seems to be in a hurry to get away from here. Suddenly, the floor creaks, you hear footsteps, and a shadow passes by the door.
Hello?
There is no answer, and the footsteps continue on the second floor of the house. You peek out, just in time to see someone slip into the hallway. The sheriff's head appears. Who the devil is there?
I'm gonna use the trap card, and I don't want to go down. It'll just be me.
Oh, okay. Forget about that. The footsteps
Just
go.
kidding.
You hear the door close and the room goes dark. Then suddenly a voice rings out. Well. I never would have thought the famous Lonnie Bike would have come as far as to Hickory Hollow. And I really would have thought he'd come alone.
You don't scare me. I fought.
You should probably put your gun out.
Great. Or I'll wipe you clean with my chops.
Whoa! Oh my god. The figure laughs, but their laughter seems hollow. The war? I fought in the war, and in countless other battles. I was a general, a leader, a soldier. You could practically hear the shadow bristling with pride as you hear the footsteps again, and noticing two things. One, the shadow is huge and would tower over anyone you saw today. And two, the shadow is armed with both a large knife and a flintlock pistol. I am going to kill you.
Kill this motherfucker. I doubt he's the killer, but
You hear the hammer of the flintlock cock. I never miss, Lonnie. You made a big mistake coming here alone, you know. Suddenly, the room lights up with a bright flash of gunfire. You've been shot! Nuh-uh, he missed Lonnie.
shut up! I died!
Haha, sure, okay. The mysterious figure missed. You survived. Congrats. As you open your eyes into the light, you notice that the figure is gone. You're not sure if they left or if they just moved into the darkness. You look around. Wait, you look at your wound. Fuck. Never mind. He didn't get shot. Gunsmoke clears to reveal the figure is gone. The the study is empty. There's no blood.
No.
But you feel your shoulder with the pain of the shot. You realize it wasn't a shot. Someone shot you with a tranquilizer dart. You realize as you feel yourself losing consciousness and are about to pass out.
Oh dear.
Falls to the ground. You fall to the floor and everything around you goes black. Blink. You wake up in a strange, dark place. When you get up, you notice that you seem to be in a small, dark room. There's a window, and you seem to be a stormy night. You also notice that the door across from you. What are you gonna do?
That kind. Cattle. Should have taken the needle out. Should have taken the needle. Now I have.
Now I have a lead.
That's I deep.
You try the door. It's locked. As you open the door... Oh, no, it's unlocked. Sorry. As you open the door, you see a hallway with 2 doors on the left and the right, with a staircase leading down. There's a lamp lit on the wall. The hall extends as far as the distance to your right, with it seems to be at the end of a dead end. At first, you think the wall at the end of the hallway, well, it might be a painting. But as you walk closer, you realize it's a window! A stained and dirty window. But a window regardless. You pat your jacket to find your gun is still in your pocket. Phew, you say relieved. You have gained the Lonnie's gun item card. You also notice that something else is in your shoulder, a small bump where you imagine you got hit with a dart. You realize that this could be important evidence.
Dart out.
The dart comes out, and you are able to see just what drug the attacker wanted to use. After a moment, you realize that the dart is still wet and is filled with a drug called
Polyamine.
Yeah, whatever that is. Which is administered in the right dose can temporarily erase the victim's memory. It's most commonly used as medical emergencies, but can also be used as a method of interrogation, or in certain dose, a drug to obtain obedience.
What is it part of me?
It sure looks that way. What is most interesting to you is the fact that the figure had access to the drug, something that isn't available to the average citizen, which means that whoever did this was most likely someone who could have access to the military or medical resources. You wonder how many men would have access to such a thing in Hickory Hollow.
I don't know where I am, I don't care.
Okay.
We need plot.
You leave the manor and exit back into the heavy fog. You try the road, but despite walking in a straight line, it never looks like you're heading the right way from the manor. You don't remember the way back. You're lost! You have gained the Lost in the Fog status card. Do you try walking to the left or to the right? Or try heading back to the manor to look for the station?
My mind plays tricks on. I shall sleep against tree tonight. Haha.
You are able to find a tree in the fog. As you sit and lean on it to sleep, you find that the bark is wet, but not too cold. You lay against the tree and you fall asleep. You are jolted awake by someone who has grabbed your gun. The unknown figure is standing up behind you in a cover in the fog. They have the gun trained at your head from under the coat. They draw a syringe and point it at you. And you see that it is filled with the same substance it was in the dart. What do you do? Clock that motherfucker in the face. Is what you goddamn do. My gun, bitch. You have gained a Knuckle Duster item card. You clock that figure in the face as they try to poke you with the needle. There's a loud smack as you hit them. The figure staggers back and falls. You hear the groan. Their body doesn't seem to move anymore. You may have knocked them out. Pick up gun. You probably should take the gun.
could ask who it is, but no one will believe me.
You hear slow, shambling footsteps running away from you. Whoever it was has fled the tree and is presumably running through the fog.
He's waiting outside.
I mean, you have the gun, and do you have the syringe?
No.
Okay, so you don't have the syringe.
Wait.
But you have the gun. Trying to see if he dropped syringe. You rummage around on the floor to find two things: a small empty syringe that's the right size for a dart, a folded piece of paper with a bloody fingerprint on the corner.
Spec.
Expect paper. You open the paper, and in the handwriting that seemed to belong to a male, you recognize
Blackbrook.
it. What?
Black.
Oh, you circle them back to Blackbrook. It seems
Oh.
that you just found a plan to the killer's hideout.
Edward was writing about Blackbrook. He was gonna go check it out, and then he died.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Holy shit! We're solving it real time.
Figuring it out. Go back to town. Now. No. Now.
Go back to town now! You exit the forest and eventually find your way back to the town. My voice is really sore. You notice that as you exit the forest, what is seemingly in the darkest part of the night is now starting to lighten. You look into the sky and see the beginning of an emerging dawn.
The rest for the wicked.
Amen, brother. You
Quickly pass by the manor.
Okay.
They eventually bring them back to the sheriff's station. Doesn't seem like anyone is there, just Blackbrook marked his location on the map. Well, that's where I just was. I shall to Mary, what was her name? Mary?
Yeah, Mary.
Mary later. As I now I take the nap. This civilization.
Station. Yeah. All right.
Lay down on the soft sofa and immediately dream.
You dream. What do you dream about?
A dream.
You dream a nice dream.
All right. It's, town's on fire. Oh!
The soldiers wearing red armbands and carrying assault rifles marching up Main Street toward some people who you assume are civilians. This is a gunshot in the background that jolts you awake. You feel something wet on your palm and off your hand. You had a dream about World War II.
A horrid dream. Good thing these words are. What was that? Wet? Try this. Like a dog.
What's that wet surprise? You open your hand and see a blood-covered silver knife. It's
we're not
heavy in
doing
your
that.
hand. You
Let's
see
stay.
what?
No, we're not gonna have a knife. No one put a knife in my hand.
Okay. Never mind. You shake your sleepiness to and you check your palm. Is a wet thing. It's
No,
blood.
it's not. No, it's not. But
It's not blood. It's not blood.
it has to be interesting. Has to pass the fucking that interesting test. Whatever that. It's a surprise. Dog. God.
A god.
Dog.
A dog.
Licking my hand. What a cute idea.
You look to see your left hand. There's a note that's smeared across your palm. Mary can't be trusted.
I don't care. I want to see a dog.
Never mind. You wipe.
Okay,
You realize
okay.
there's blood on your. It's only blood. Okay, you look to the left of your hand. You see a note is smeared across your palm. Mary can't be trusted. Blinks once more to see that. The note is
Still the map. Must be seeing
seeing.
thing. But that reminds me. I have 2 questions. Mary can't be trusted. You stand up and turn to go back outside, but your first step stops when you feel a sharp poke on your back. No, I'm not.
The voice sounds familiar.
It's like Dutch, like stick 'em up, cowboy. Very funny. Share it. Is no time. Practical jokes. Turns
around. And a dog.
With a big smile plastered face. No time for plastic.
I'm afraid this is no joke, Lonnie. His voice cold as You're
I'm
under
not
arrest for
doing
murder.
that.
He turned around to face the wall and puts handcuffs on you.
No.
No.
Is dumb. I'm gonna have a fun story.
No one is joking except
Oh my
you. As it pulls a
Dermot.
small hypnotic needle.
Why does everyone have this drug? Oh, I didn't put a second asterisk. That's
Zowie.
Sheriff, you need to lay off the czar.
You look back, but it's not
Oh.
the sheriff. The figure behind you is wearing the same uniform and hat as the sheriff, but the face is far more weathered. You notice that it has a much longer beard and a deep scar running down the left jawline. His
No.
right eye look okay. Never mind.
Stop rating things until we get some. Oh my god. Just go bowling me. This is am I like a baby? This is gay. I have a plan all worked out in my head and you're ruining everything. Okay. Here we go.
Your eyes and the mesh just seems to be
Okay.
vanished in the rubbing. You notice that
There
the
we
sheriff
go,
is
that's-
sitting at the desk, writing notes in a legal pad. It looks like the sun has risen. He hears your move and turns his head to continue his writing on his pad. All is well.
Good. Finally. Well, Sheriff, I'm off to ask Mary sweet Mary questions. Could never do no wrong. Never.
He takes
Yep,
one
that-
last look up from his note-taking and simply nods. He looks as he had a rough night. You exit the station and make your way down the main street where you find Mary at her residence.
Can knock on the door.
Knock on the door.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Open the door. Open the door.
You hear someone coming up to the door, and the door opens, revealing Mary herself. Mary seems to be in the mid-30s, well-dressed in a nice black suit.
Damn, tomboy.
Her hair is... Wait, what? Her hair is well kept, and she's pretty face, kind eyes, and you notice when something is off. Her eyes are filled with that sort of fear as it looks up at you, and appears to be shivering.
Okay, let's see what the other guy. Just keep that in consideration. Let's see what kind of Mary we're dealing with. Because I thought she was gonna be like a high school.
The door opens and Mary looks down at the hall. Looks down the hallway. Her red hair disheveled. Her eyes. She looks terrified. Who's there? She asks, looking around, but still not opening the door.
Okay.
I like the tomboy Mary.
No need. Alarm.
Madame.
With the police.
Man of Madames.
I am the man of the dam. I'm here to ask.
How long is this clip going for? Goddamn.
We can have a two-parter.
Okay.
Ask you some questions.
Two-parter ends now!